Hey, what a fun day this is. Thanks to Callaway for coming out. Hope you enjoyed hearing from Coach Wiggins and the players. And now we've got the LaGrange Grangers, Coach Matt Napier and the guys. I really appreciate y'all coming out and helping out with this. This is our second year we've done this. It's a fun way to kind of spotlight the student athletes for these teams. And I know at LaGrange, got a really big senior class this year, and it's an accomplished group, guys that have been with Coach Napier for quite a while, and I know we would love to brought them all today, and we'll certainly talk to all those guys at some point, but this is a really good group. LaGrange is coming off, boy, what a fun season that was, Coach Napier. To get to the state semifinals, just a heck of a ride at state. First time, I know it's been talked about a lot, that was the first time LaGrange had been to the state semifinals since 2008. So it'd been quite a while. It's kind of hard for me to believe this is Coach Napier's sixth season already at LaGrange. The years go by really, really fast. I know Coach Napier's first season was 2020, and I know I've told this story before. The first time I sat down and talked with Coach Napier, after he was hired, he had all these big plans for what you wanted to do that year and all the off-season programs and everything. And a short time later, of course, everything got shut down, and all of a sudden, you're just kind of wanting to take all that time off. But what a job Coach Napier has done with this LaGrange program. It's a program that had some tough times before Coach Napier arrived, and since Coach Napier got to LaGrange, he has a record of 44-17. The team has been in the state playoffs every year, 5 straight years. They won at least one playoff game in 4 of those years, I believe. And of course, last year made it to the state semifinals. It was also the team's first double-digit win season since 2008, when that team went 11-3 that year. You look back at that 2024 season, beat Lumpkin County in the state playoffs, and then just got a massive road win over Sandy Creek in the second round of the playoffs. That was a Sandy Creek team that a lot of people felt could and very well might win the state championship, and LaGrange just went up there and just absolutely took it to them, and then beat North Hall in the third round of the state playoffs, and then just that incredible semifinal game against Jefferson. LaGrange lost 21-13 and had a chance at the end to tie it, and I still think Malachi was in on that last play, but it was so close. I know Malachi caught a pass in the end zone. He was ruled out, but what an effort that was. And of course, Jefferson went on and fell to Calhoun in the state championship game. So it was so much fun. I know when I came to LaGrange, it was 2002. That was right in the middle of that incredible run that LaGrange was in. So it was a lot of fun for me to be able to see that LaGrange team make that run and get to the state semifinals. But I know Coach Napier will tell you last year was fun, but you don't spend much time looking back. You're always looking forward. And I know this team has a chance to do some really special things. It's a team that has exceptional senior leadership, and that's kind of where it starts. Guys that have been a part of this program for quite a while. They've won a lot of games. They kind of set the standard, I know, from what is expected from a LaGrange football player. One of those seniors is Coach Napier's son, which again, it's kind of hard to believe. You've actually got 2 sons in high school this year, which is going to be so much fun for you, I know. But so it's going to be a really fun season. It gets started next Friday. I think y'all have a preseason game against Harris County, and then LaGrange opens the season in the Corky Kell Classic against a really good Cass football team. What a fun way that's going to be to jump into a new season. But anyway, Coach Napier, somebody I've known for quite a while. He was at Callaway for 15 years. I think I've got that right, before coming to LaGrange, and I have such incredible respect and admiration for him and his entire family. I know I've mentioned this before. My first newspaper job in the early 90s, I had the incredible privilege to get to know Coach Napier's dad, who was coach at Murray County at the time, and what a legendary figure he is in the coaching business, not just for what he did on the field, but for the leadership he provided and the kind of role model he is. And Coach Matt Napier is exactly the same way. I know these student athletes are really fortunate to have somebody like him, leading them on a daily basis. And you talk about a coaching family. I know his brother Kurt used to actually coach at Callaway for a little while, and he was at Murray County these past 3 years. And other brother Billy, of course, is the head coach at the University of Florida. So that is an absolute coaching family. And Coach Napier, I appreciate everything you've done, and I'm really looking forward to this season. And I know nobody wants to hear me talk anymore, so right now we're just going to bring Coach Napier up just to talk a little bit about this team and what you're expecting this season. Awesome. Coach, thank you so much.
Well, goodness, Kevin, I'm gonna take you around and let you introduce me. You make me sound a lot better than I am, and I appreciate that. Appreciate your coverage and what you do for our sports in this community, and I'm just grateful the opportunity to be the head football coach at LaGrange High School. A lot of those things that we've accomplished has been through great players and great assistant coaches and great supportive administration. So we have been successful, but it takes many moving parts to win. Winning is hard, and we've been fortunate enough to find a way to do that the last couple of years. And so we're excited about this group. We've got Freddie Vaughn, Braylon Smith, Corn Brown, and Julian Jones with us today. I have 30 seniors, or we have 30 seniors on our football team this year, and this group, it's hard to pick captains. It's hard to pick guys to come to media days because we have so many young men that represent the standard of what it is to be a Granger, to what it is to represent that blue and silver and black today. And so we're extremely excited about this group and their leadership, the work that they put in. I've got the opportunity to watch a lot of these guys grow up because my son was playing ball with them when they were young, or playing against them coming up through the recreation department. So got a lot of excitement for this group, been part of these guys since they came in, and when they came in they had a great mentality. Couple guys, Coach Blandenberg's sons are also 2 seniors, so there's a lot of coaching families involved in this group, and Coach Blandenberg, I love to speak about him anytime I get an opportunity because he laid the foundation for the character, the hard work, and the culture of our program. I mean, these guys come in disciplined, they come in understanding ball, and they come in understanding work. So credit to Coach Blandenberg for making that happen. It makes our process when we get them even easier. So we're excited. We've got 30 seniors and a lot of returning football players for our football team. Now, we all know that gets you 0 wins. We've got to go and prove it on the field, and it's going to be tough. It's going to be a difficult task. Obviously, our region is, some people call it the SEC of AAA. There are 5 teams in the preseason top 15, and they don't include Mary Person, Spalding, and I believe Trinity Christian is the other team that is in the private school top 15. So you're talking about elite competition week in, week out, and making it through the season takes depth because of the battles and the physical games and style of play that these teams play. I mean, they're like us. They lift in all season. They work their tail off. So it's going to be tough competition this year. And, you talk about Spalding and Mary Persons. Mary Persons is one of those elite teams. Spalding was in the semifinals 2 years ago. Mary Persons is, you look at coach's record year in and year out, they're one of the top teams in the state. So they're not even included in that top 5 right now, which all that doesn't matter until the end, but just gives you a kind of a view of the respect that the coaches and the teams have in our region. So we know we've got a difficult task ahead of us. Starting off, we've got Harris County, a rivalry scrimmage game, and that will be tough, physical game. We got a lot of respect for Coach Watson in that program. And then we open the Corky Kell Classic on TV. We play Friday night at Rome High School. We couldn't be more excited about that. Be on television, the Peachtree Network, so there'll be an opportunity for a lot of people around the country to see what LaGrange stands for and the type of ball we play. Second year doing doing that. One of the big deals in the Corky Kell was handling the heat. We did a really good job of that last year. We're going to have to continue to do that and get our guys ready to go. But that's an exciting matchup against Cass High School. Cass's quarterback's committed to Mississippi State, and they've got a left tackle committed to Michigan. There's a lot of other really good players on their football teams. That's just two notable players that we know we'll be competing against. We're looking forward to that challenge. Our guys play with a chip on their shoulder every time we show up. We're not going to be the biggest team when we get off the bus or during warm-ups, but we do have the confidence and the mentality to compete against anybody, and we're looking forward to proving that and getting after it this fall. Then we go down to Early County, who ended up making a playoff run in Single A, we'll be down in South Georgia on the road in the heat. On their home field this year, so we know that'll be a challenge. And then we start region play right out the gate. We play Sandy Creek, who we got the opportunity to play 2 years in a row. This year they'll have to come to Callaway Stadium, and we're really tough competition with those guys. So and then we just hit it off. We start rolling on the schedule, and they keep coming week after week. So guys have worked hard in the off season to be up for the challenge. We've been 7-on-7 at Florida, Georgia, and Auburn. We've been at padded camps at Hurd and Central Carrollton. So we've been preparing, and in the weight room, we just got done with our Ironman competition we do every year, and really proud of the guys and their performance. One of the notable things this year, we had some really impressive things. Aiden Johnson's not with us today, but he killed a 335-pound bench press, which is pretty impressive. And we had 6 guys over 300 power cleans, and we had 45 guys over 225 on power cleans. Those are impressive numbers, but the one that stands out is our 40 times this year. We are the fastest team that I've been a part of since I've been to LaGrange, so we're looking forward to that speed having an impact on Friday nights. So I'm excited about competing, excited about the year. LaGrange football is different. It's the tradition here in this town, in this city. There's a lot of people that have grown up with a Granger mentality, and it's something special, and it makes it fun to be a part of on Friday nights. We have the opportunity to come in front of this city each Friday night and play the game that we love and put on a performance for them. I know these guys, I speak for them when I say that is a true honor, and we're looking forward to 2025 and getting the season started.
Coach, I know obviously you don't spend much time looking back, but I referenced how much fun that playoff run was last year. As a coach, to see those guys have that success and come that close to playing for a state championship, how much fun was that?
Well, I would tell you this, all right, at the beginning of that year, these guys will remember, we went down and played a spring game at Eagles Landing Christian, and I got on the bus after that game, and I said, we got our hands full this year. We knew we had some good players, but we didn't perform to our standard because there were probably 9 to 10 players, or there was probably 20 players on our team that day that had played meaningful varsity snaps for the first time, and we hadn't got things sorted out. We had a huge senior class the year before that was really talented, and they graduated, and so we were unsure of what we had, and we come away from that game going, we got our hands full. We've got some work to do. I told that to the team after that game, and they took the challenge and they went to work, and it was one of the hardest working off seasons we've ever had, which resulted in the semifinal run. We didn't start it off the way we wanted to. We were 1-2 at the beginning of that year. Played in the Corky Kell and didn't perform the way we wanted to, but this group didn't fold. We had a great leadership with those 12 seniors last year. They didn't bat an eye. They continued to show up, and we rallied together, and we were able to overcome those early losses and continue to stay the course. I think that's one thing that any great program is going to be a group that look, it's going to be tough for everybody to go to 15-0 in the season. So you're going to have setbacks. You're going to have adversity. You're going to have situations that don't go your way. The ball's not going to bounce your way here or there. And how you respond to them will define what kind of team we become. And that group last year just really did a phenomenal job of responding and growing. We got so much better as the year went on because of the experience that we gained. And so really, really impressive. Obviously, when you got a guy like Malachi that rushed for 2,300 yards, that's top 20 in the history of high school football. That's a special young man. But I think that these guys are up for the challenge. They've got a chip on their shoulder to prove people that we're still LaGrange High School and we still believe and we still work and we'll still play the game that the way the Grangers are supposed to play it. So.
Coach, obviously it's a different year with 30 seniors as opposed to, like you mentioned, last year,
Yeah.
the growing pains. But how did last year's adversity, you think, help prepare you guys for this year?
Yeah, a lot of those guys are returning players. So, I mean, there's 9 returners on offense and 9 returners on defense. So we've got a couple of new guys we're breaking in, but those guys were the guys that lost those games and had to show the resiliency to show back up and work their tail off. And this group, I have many sleepless nights, but with this group, if I call a meeting on Sunday, they're going to show up. I ain't worried about somebody missing. I ain't worried about somebody not being there when they're supposed to be there. They're eat up with it. A lot of these guys sitting at the table, I'll come in there, and I'm always at the school late, and I'll come in there, and I'll pop my head, and there's 4 of them in the weight room lifting weights, and I go, fellas, 6:30. We got done with workouts at 5 o'clock. It's off season. What are we doing here? You guys need to go home. And Smitty says, this is our home, coach. So, look, at the mentalities, it's built and it's established. And these guys are the guys that set the floor in the room, that they're going to show up and work. And I've got no doubt we're going to hit some adversity this year, but we have the leadership to show up and work. And the guys have experienced that. I mean, the growth through a season like last year where we had to bounce back and continue to play even after a slow start and play the way we did down the stretch. When I tell you we walk out there to play Jefferson High School or whoever, and our defensive line comes up to their chest, but they score 7 points that night. So these guys have that mentality and they play the game the way it's supposed to be played. So they show those characteristics of champions and resilient players, and we're looking forward to that this year too.
Coach, preparation this year, having such a difficult early schedule, and of course the region schedule being as tough as it is, prepping for a long playoff run like that, how big is the schedule this year?
Yeah, depth is critical. We've got to be able to have guys come in and give us rest and try to stay as healthy as possible. Unfortunately, the health aspect of it is partly luck, and last year, look, we lost some of our best players early. We lost Noah Outland, who's back and be a senior. We lost to Grayson Cockrell, both for the season. And both of those players were elite players for our football team at the high school level. So losing those guys early were tough. And, as part of the season, hopefully we don't have that type of injury anymore. But those are things that you've got to be ready for. And next man up mentality. There's a lot of guys that can't get down because they're getting second team or third team reps, because you never know when you get thrown into the game. So I know that it's going to be a long season. These guys know it. 30 seniors will help because you have guys, only 11 starters on offense, 11 on defense. So that leaves 9 guys that probably aren't starting, right? So they're helping out on special teams, or their number may be called at any moment. So it's one of those things that makes football a great game. We have 130-something players on our football team right now, and very few get to start and play. We take great pride in every part of our program having meaning. The worth of those guys that are on the scout team, the worth of those guys that are second team guys that are waiting for their opportunity to play, the developmental process of the young guys growing up. We really emphasize those things with our program, and we need it. And the guys, obviously, when you have that type of number, the guys are buying into that.
Coach, I know every game's important, especially with the crosstown rivalry, just what it means?
Well, look, if you said it wasn't important, you'd be lying, right? I think it's a game that's marked on the calendar first thing. I think most of the people in this town pick up that newspaper or pick up or see that now social media article about the games, and they where's the LaGrange troop game? So it's a big game. It's it'll be packed. These guys have found a way to be successful in a tough physical game each year. High emotions, and to find a way of win in those big games speaks volumes of these young men. And they've done a good job of showing up in those occasions. And when I got here, the path wasn't in the favor of LaGrange, and we've been fortunate enough for the ball to bounce our way a few times the last couple of years and find a way to beat those guys. But we got a lot of respect for their program, and we know they've got everybody back. They've got a great team, just like they have most years, and so we know we got our hands full, and we know that'll be a huge game for us.
Coach, I wanted to ask you, how much are you looking forward to this season, having both of your sons in high school now, which is, I can't believe Jeff's a senior already.
Yeah.
But how much are you looking forward to that?
Yeah, so I'm a coach's kid. I'm a product of a similar environment, and I'm extremely excited. They're as you know, Kevin, I don't know if everybody knows this, they are emotionally invested in the success of our football program. They love it. You see the emotion that they've had as young men, as ball boys, whether it's the first win that I got and they're crying, or it's the end of the season and they're wear their heart on the sleeve when those moments come. So that makes it special as a dad, because you know how much it means to them, and they work. And I love my boys more than anything in the world. I love them, but I also got a bunch of other kids that I feel really, really similar about on our football team. So it's going to be special. I would tell you, I was coached hard as a young man, and from my dad, and it made me who I am. Made me have a toughness, made me understand the tough love that you need sometimes as a coach's kid, and he taught me those things, and I think that carrying those on with my boys is important. I think how they are as young men, how they speak to people, how they are as adults, how they take care of business in the classroom. Jed will graduate at the top of his class. He had a 33 on the ACT, which is very, very impressive. So he's got big plans moving forward in college, and I'm looking forward to ending his senior year and getting Bear started as a freshman. It'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, you touched on your dad real quick. I know I've asked you this before. The impact he made on your life, and obviously it's not a coincidence that you and both your brothers went into coaching. Mm-hmm. Just talk real quick about what he meant to you, what he still means to you now. I'm sure you still hear his voice.
Oh, well, Kevin, you're trying to get me to cry up here today. Dad's many things have been said about him, but he was a loving father. He was a great coach. He loved our community. He poured his heart, soul into Murray County High School, where we grew up, and it impacted and shaped me and my brothers and many young men in the community into the men that they are today. So the lessons learned, whether it was on him teaching me math growing up as a young student, and then relaying that to football and understanding math at football from an X and O standpoint is just a math problem. So the things that he taught are going on today. The slogans that he says. Heck, I'm saying them at practice, and then Billy's got a camera following him around everywhere he's going, and I hear him say some of the same things that he taught us, all playing some quarterback growing up, and him being a quarterback guy and an offensive coordinator, play caller, even though he was the head coach, was something that we really, you see those things, and the trick plays that you see us run. Dad was known for those things. So the legacy on the football field, and then hopefully off the football field, are things that we try to live up to every day. I don't know that we ever live up to them, but we sure are trying. I'll tell you that, Kevin.
What we're going to do now, Coach, if you don't mind,
Yeah.
Just come up one at a time, guys, and just introduce yourself, what position you play, and then just kind of give an overview of what you're hoping to accomplish this season. That sound all right?
Perfect,
So we'll
perfect.
Come up one at a time.
All right, Braylon, you're up first, buddy. No pressure.
Braylon Smith, defensive line, and class 26, and I'm hoping to achieve a state championship this year. And I mean, we got some great guys: Frederick, Vaughn, Cornelius Brown, Julian Jones, Noah Outland coming back. We got a great quarterback, Dylan Barber. We just got a wonderful team, man. We got a great running back room. I feel like we can achieve a lot this year, and I know we have 30 seniors, and I want to make sure that me being a leader myself and Nehemiah McLaughlin, I want to make sure that we accomplish the things we need to accomplish, and to make our coach proud, Coach Napier, and the whole coaching staff proud, and not only them, make ourselves proud. So thank you.
Well, they go answer some questions.
To be a part of a senior class this big, I'm sure you probably know most of these guys almost your whole life. How much does that mean to you to be a part of this group, and how much are you looking forward to one more season with these guys?
It means a lot. I mean, I love my guys. I've been knowing these guys since I was in middle school, and we built a brother bond with the whole team, and just means a lot. I mean, we want to win, so you know.
Yeah, and how good do you think this defense can be this year? Y'all got a lot of guys back over there.
Yeah, our defense is pretty decent. I mean, we got a lot of guys. I mean, we got Javier Easter, we got J.D. Render, we got Mason Blandenberg, Miles Blandenberg, group with those guys too. Our defense is looking pretty good. I'm waiting to have no Outland back though. I'm glad to have no Outland back, and yeah, I just think we're gonna be a great defense.
How exciting is it for you to know that you guys got so many returning seniors and just returners in general, and are really poised to potentially make a run this year?
I'm very excited. I mean, we got a lot of returning players, so I like to have my brothers with me that I know I can trust with my back. So I got their back, they got my back. So I'm just glad that we have a lot of players that can actually play the game, know what they're doing. I don't have to worry about them messing up or something, even though mess ups do come and go. But I would think that they have the knowledge and, you know, power to have my back when, you know, in time of that need.
Going through the playoffs last year, it was a long run, and to make it to the semifinals, what did you learn about the guys next to you and just about this team that made you confident in yourself?
I learned a lot about my guys. I learned that my guys, you know, they're trustworthy. They know what they're doing. We had some great seniors last year. Caden Sutton being one of them, who's a great leader. Harris Grace, look up to Harris Grace. He's a pretty nice guy. And we had a lot of players that I knew that in a time of need, they were going to show up. So.
How much has Coach Napier and the coaching staff been an influence on you these past few years?
Coach Napier, he's been a great influence because me coming from Gardner Middle School, I had Coach Blandenberg, and just transitioning to Coach Napier made me like a better person. I mean, my position coach is Crocker, and being with him and Coach Napier, they just made me feel like a great person. I mean, I've developed into a better player, developed into a better person, and I feel amazing to have someone in my corner such as Coach Napier.
All right, awesome. Thanks so much, Brandon. You did a great job, man. Good luck.
Cornelius Brown, middle linebacker, number 5. I'm looking forward to having a good season this year. I didn't really play much my whole high school career till last year when Noah Outland got hurt. So I filled his role and I did good at it. Seeing to learn what he had did, it helped me out to see what I had to do. It taught me everything that I really need to know, filling my gaps, plays, and especially my coach, Coach Thomas.
How much fun was that for you? I remember talking to you during the season. You probably weren't expecting to play as much as you did last year, but to get that opportunity to be a part of that team, how much fun was that for you?
Oh yeah, it was fun playing with all the seniors. We've been playing together since middle school, so like I feel like the chemistry was already there, So having the chemistry when I stepped in, it was really nothing else that I needed to already know. So when Noah went down, I came in. I know I busted a couple plays, but I know I can play. So yeah.
And how much does it mean to you to be a part of the senior class? You mentioned y'all have been playing together forever. How much does it mean to you to share the field with these guys?
Yeah, it means a lot to me. I know when the season done, I don't know what I'll do. So I just wish I can have another season. I wish it wasn't my senior year so I can play with these guys again. I love them a lot. So yeah.
And like Braylon said, how good do you think this defense can be this year?
Oh yeah, the defense, I feel like this is the most stacked defense I ever seen. We got sophomores, we got freshmen on our team that willing to do whatever to help us win. I know our seniors would do whatever it takes to win. Yeah.
Just being a part of this team, obviously learning a lot last year and going into this year with a full deck of cards, knowing you guys are poised to have a great season. How much confidence does that give you with all the lessons learned last year?
Yeah, my confidence definitely had got boosted from last year, from playing in a lot of big games at that. Like the playoff, I never experienced that. So last year, I got a chance to experience that. So this year, we can just go with the flow and we just win all the games and hopefully win the state championship.
Kind of mentality and physicality is this defense can bring this year?
I feel like we got it. We bring that dog mentality. We don't no small guys. We like we bring that physicality and tradition of the LaGrange Grangers. So I feel like we got a chance to win it all with our physicality.
Well, you play at Gardner-Newman.
Yes, sir.
I know Coach mentioned Coach Blandenburg, a couple other guys. How much did that help prepare you for high school, having a coach push you like that when you were at middle school?
I feel like being a young guy, Coach Blandenburg, he turned me to a young man with the weights, the dedication, to see that he poured his whole heart out into the football team. It really showed me how much someone cared for our team and me also. So I much love for Coach Blandenburg and his sons.
How much you looking forward to next Friday night? Y'all get to finally play a football game, right?
Yes, sir.
Be fun. All right, thanks, Corky.
Freddie Vaughn, number 51. I play offensive line.
Just kind of real quick, Fred, just tell me what are your hopes for the season? I'm sure just keep getting better day by day and just see what happens, right?
My hopes for the season, I would say there's a lot, but without saying, obviously win the state title, take it all the way. But I feel like there's more, With our team, I feel like we love to compete. I'm actually more excited to take on the challenges this year. We're going against a bunch of talented teams, like you mentioned, Cass, Sandy Creek, I would like to say Mary Persons too. And there's always a couple more. And it's mainly just to prove everybody wrong. It's actually a great thing that we're the smallest team. I like to be doubted by a bunch of other teams, because when we start scoring, like, oh, they're doing that, it's just keep on going and going and going, And I feel like our team, we're just always getting better. Like how you mentioned, last year how we started off slow and you just kept on evolving. And I feel like that we already had this head start with all these seniors. We're just going to keep on going higher and higher from where we are. So, honestly, I just hope we keep on, we keep our foot on the gas and, we don't slow down in any kind of way.
Tell me about being an offensive lineman. I know that can be kind of an overlooked part of the team, but it's so important to the team's success. How much do you enjoy being a part of that group?
To be honest with you, at first, it was a little hard to get, adjusted to the offensive line position. It would probably be for many. But I would like to say my coach, Coach Pleasance, he definitely helped me find the love for it. I started playing offensive line in middle school, and I feel like Coach B really drove me towards it a little bit more. But I feel like David Pleasance really helped me fall in love with it, He's a
that chemistry too on the offensive line. How important is
It's very important, man. We already have 3 returning starters, Noah, Carson, me, but apart from that, we have some pretty big guys. We have Sean and a guy named Camden, who was also out on injury last year. But, I feel like we're all a unity on the offensive line. We joke around a little bit, have fun, but, when the time is put the work in, score the ball, make some blocks, we're always there. Our coach likes to say it takes 11 guys on the offense to do the right assignment for us to, get where we have to be and do what we have to do and score. And if we're doing that, then, we should be fine for the season.
Being a part of this team, obviously the growth over the past few years under coach, but just being a part of this team and being a part of this group of seniors, what does that mean to you?
It's amazing. It's meant a lot, to be honest. And, it's all kind of getting surreal. And, it's coming to an end. This is my last year playing with a bunch of my guys. I'm trying to take it all in at the same time. I'm excited, for this season, obviously. I feel like it's definitely going to be fun. It's definitely going to be a long ride. I do think we can definitely take it all the way to where we want it to be, obviously state. And, I'm just trying to get adjusted to it, and be excited.
I know he's not here today, but to have a quarterback like Dylan, just as an offensive lineman, how nice is that for you? Because that guy competes as hard as anybody does, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, he's a very versatile. He can throw the ball, run the ball, We can basically tell him to do anything. He's a smart player. He's a very humble guy. He always speaks about how much he loves his old lineman. He's always having fun with us, especially him and Carson. I think they have a good bond, too. He's just very thankful to have him for a quarterback.
Carson keeps things light on that offensive line, doesn't he?
You said what?
I said Carson keeps things light on that
Yes,
offensive line.
most definitely. Most definitely.
I appreciate you. Good luck
Thank
to you, all right?
Yes, sir.
I'm Julian Jones. I play wide receiver, and this year, obviously, the goal is to win the state championship. But we've got a really good region. We play a lot of great teams. We just got to focus on going 1-0 every week and not really overlooking everybody. I think our team has really started to play more as a team rather than just kind of playing as individuals. And we did a really good job of that last year, and it took us deep in the playoffs. But I think that having 30-something seniors on the team is really impactful for the younger guys to kind of look up to us. But, yeah.
I mean, you look at this offense, obviously y'all lost a heck of a player now, but y'all have some really talented offensive players coming back, a really good offensive line. How good do you think this offense can be this season?
I think we can be very, very good. We're going to have definitely a new identity because we can't have Malachi breaking 70-yard runs out of nowhere. I think that having Dylan coming back for his senior year, having him play with me, Calvin, Snowberger, Jordan Stringer, having that experience from last year, even though Jordan didn't really play that much. I think having that experience with Dylan, having that connection is going to be very impactful for this year.
I know, I mean, I see other guys. This is a huge senior class. You've known these guys a long time. How special is it for you to be a part of this group?
It's really special. We've been playing together a lot of us have been playing together since rec ball, but playing together at Gardner-Newman, I think that's really where we find our connection. We have a lot of chemistry moving forward. I think this year that chemistry is really going to lead us far in the season.
Going on a run like you guys did last year, how much confidence does that give you in this team for what could happen this year?
It gives us a lot of confidence, but we just got to stay humble and not really worry about last year. It's a new season, new team. We just really can't overlook anybody, no matter how good we're playing or how good the opponent is. I think we got to keep our head down, work hard, and just not really overlook anybody and just keep going with the flow as the season goes along.
What could people expect from this offense this year?
I think we're going to be very explosive. We've got a lot of fast guys. Got good running backs in Caden Thomas, Peyton Davis. We got a lot of experience we got a deep wide receiver room. The offensive line's kind of new, but I think we're really moving forward with them, having Frederick and Carson. But I think we're going to be very explosive, make a lot of big plays, and our wide receiver coach, Coach Tuck, he always says that the wide receiver room's a bunch of playmakers, and we just got to make plays whenever the team needs us.
Yeah, obviously, last year this time, Dylan was coming in his first year as a starter. Going into his second year, how much more comfortable are you guys now compared to last year?
We're a lot more comfortable. I mean, whenever we played in the Corky Kell game last year, it was Dylan's true first game, having contact and everything else, and we didn't really have that much chemistry. And this year, I think we've got a lot of confidence in Dylan that he can lead our offense and he can just make plays whenever we need him.
Thank you.